Hey everybody, welcome back to Old Bearded Gaming. We couldn't stay away long. I'm just having so much fun playing this medieval Minecraft. It really is truly enjoyable to play. And I think part of it is really just being able to go through all the discovery process, right, that this mod pack has to offer. So I hope you guys are loving it. Leave me likes, suggestions, comments, whatever. Love to hear from you guys. Find out what you want to see have happen, and what we can do to make things interesting and keep it entertaining for you guys, and hopefully somewhat educational too. We are, and I'm answering some direct questions actually that I've recently got in comments from some videos. We are looking to put together some sort of a live streaming schedule, but it's going to be a little while, probably towards the latter part of July here, before I can get things just kind of ironed out and be able to make sure that I can dedicate the proper amount of time to be able to do it. The channel is authorized, set up to be able to do YouTube live streaming. Would absolutely love to do that. See some of you guys in there, watching live, chatting with you guys and responding as we go through and play and explore together. I think that would be just absolutely entertaining and would be a great time. So stuff like that is coming to the channel in the near future. For now, we've got this video to just kind of showcase what we've been doing and do a little bit of adventuring here and see if we can't get a few more things figured out on our quest to keep this hardcore run going. So for the most part, we haven't done a tremendous amount since the last video update, which was not that long ago. I did come back in here to our enchanting area, and I kind of made it a little bit bigger. And the purpose for this is that this is the Dark Enchanting Table that I have been talking about for a little while. And in order to get full benefit of it, we have to kind of build up this massive shrine. In fact, we're going to need to raise the ceiling a little higher too, so that might actually poke above ground. I'll have to take a peek at that. But it will give us some additional benefits. So what am I talking about? Let's take a look at the enchanting table. Here's the interface. Looks vastly different from your normal enchanting table, right? And let's say I want to enchant this sword, which it's already enchanted. It has the critical hit 1 enchantment on it, because that's just what it comes with. And you see it here when you scroll down the list of enchantments. You get to pick and choose your enchantments, and these are little sliders you can drag across to be able to choose what level you want. Now the big difference between, well, there's a lot of differences, but one of the big differences between this enchantment table and obviously the standard one and even the enhanced one that medieval Minecraft offers is that this enchanting table goes up to the standard limits. So there is no way to break the higher levels, so to speak. So there is still some utility to having a traditional enchanting table where we can get lucky with getting some enchantments that extend past, right? So it could technically be possible to get something like a critical hit 4 or 5, right? But not through the Dark Enchanter. What you would end up having to do then is acquire that on a different piece of gear or in a book, and then use an anvil to apply it, right? To supersede the critical hit level here. And I think that would be fundamentally possible. I don't know. Might take a little bit of playing around with. There's also a whole nother enchantment mechanics, I guess, that has to do with a library system. And that uses a points-based system where you're putting enchantments into the library, either from gear, from books, etc. And then it stores that for you to be able to place onto a book, and you basically build out your super book, so to speak, right, with all the enchantments you want, and then you can apply that to whatever item you want via the anvil. Now, the standard enchantment table and the anvil system use these down here, these regular enchanting points that we all know and love. So I have 38 enchanting points, 38 levels, right? This, you notice, converts that into actual experience points, because we know the number of experience points from level 1 to 2 is not the same as going from 30 to 31. There's a huge difference between it. So Dark Enchanter says, hey, I don't care what level you're at, we're dealing in base experience cost, right? So we're not gonna spend any right now. We're gonna just leave that critical hit 1 here. But you could come through and go, okay, I want sharpness max. This makes other things that are exclusive, right, disappear, because you can't have sharpness and smite or bane, right? See how those go away when I drag the slider over. But look, sharpness 5, relatively inexpensive, cost me 450 experience points. That's kind of cool. And you can just start sliding all of these things over, and it's going to cost a ton. It's not really cost effective right now to enchant, and that's what this E button does. You lock it in by hitting that enchant button, because you notice here we're not getting any discounts. So you get the traditional same amount of discounts for having the 15 bookshelves, from vanilla Minecraft, over the top of where the rest of this crying obsidian's going to go when we get enough here. And that gives you a basically 20% discount once this crying obsidian is fulfilled and the bookshelves are sitting on top of them. In fact, we'll find and get a little star icon over here, and then it'll tell us our total discount. We can then go even further and fill all of this in here in these troughs with crying obsidian to make a second ring of enchantments. And then that will get us even more of a discount here and open up a second star. And we can go even further by coming out to the very far corners here and building some obsidian pillars 5 tall, and then adding what are called dark conduits, I believe, to the very top of it. Let's see here. Is that what they are? Yeah, part of Dark Enchanting. So we'll have to make these things, 4 of them, to go in the 4 corners. And then once that's done, we put 30 bookshelves in this outer ring here to support those. And then we get, I believe it's a maximum 50% reduction in the overall cost. So then that makes it super, super useful. But the Dark Conduit, as it is, each one is going to take 2 Wither Skeleton Skulls, 2 regular Skeleton Skulls, an End Crystal, a Gas Tears, and a Soul Torch. So there's, yeah, we're going to need to get some Gas Tears for sure, so we can be able to craft some of this stuff up, be able to make those. But anyways, I wanted to showcase this neat system here, because it truly is really cool. So we spent a little time doing this. Additionally, I went back to the first nether portal that we created, okay, because one, it was close, and there were some piglins to be able to trade with that weren't too horrifically far away. I'm still not thrilled with this location, okay, but I did come in and encase it. So we built this up pretty quick. It's not complete, and you notice we've got a piglin trapped here. I'll talk a little bit more about that, the setup and the what we're doing here actually. But what we did was, let's make sure we're clear. We went all the way across over here and past these, I don't have my gold on, past those guys over to that hill over there, and found a normal piglin who had not become zombified yet, and we lured him by dropping a bread trail of gold ingots all the way back over here. And yeah, so then we got him into here. I'd already carved out a little alcove for him, trapped him, and then we built this up all around him. And this is actually pretty simple. This is a common design for a piglin trader that you may have seen in other videos. It's been around for quite some time, I think since at least 1.17. But basically we got a double chest here. It's doing trades automatically so long as our dropper here has enough gold ingots, and this is all the gold I got. So we're gonna need to start farming for gold, which we could set up a very simple kind of collection spawner thingy doomaflitchy for all the zombified piglins over there, to be able to just make them mad at us, come over to us, fall into a hole, and then we can go down and kill them all. And they drop quite a bit of gold as well as gold weapons, and we can do stuff with that. But the design of this is pretty simple. So you set down your chest, you get a hopper, and I do it where I've got another hopper feeding into it. But on this hopper, wherever you're going to place your piglin, you put a little carpet down. That carpet's important because it raises the piglin just a tiny little bit higher up so that he can actually see above this lip here where this soul sand is. Now, in fact, let me put a block down so we can get up and really kind of look at this, because it took a while to kind of understand the mechanics of how to get this all to work right, okay? So the dropper is dropping onto a wooden pressure plate a iron ingot. And that pressure plate's tripping and causing the ingot to fall through a little bit into the soul sand, okay? Because stuff kind of sinks in soul sand a little bit. But it puts it, because the dude's standing on a carpet, in line of sight to be able to see it, even though I used a piston to push a glass block down on top of his head, because he's technically standing a carpet's width taller than we would normally be able to do it. So you couldn't put that glass block there by itself. So I had to get up above it, have a piston pointing down, put a glass block there, grab a lever, smash it down on his head. It doesn't suffocate him or anything, because that's not quite how that works, which is fortuitous for us. That keeps him in place. He doesn't really go anywhere. And the dropper only drops every time the guy does a trade. So, he gets his gold, he's dropping stuff, and literally as he's dropping, he's picking up that next piece of gold, and it's already sitting there waiting for him. So these trades just keep coming in so long as you've got stuff there to be able to do anything. And we've already got 6 more crying obsidian, so I'm actually going to take that back with us because that's super awesome. Spectral arrows, super great loot. Love to see that. We get some potions out of this, some fire resistant. That's great. We get a lot of stuff that we can't necessarily do anything with. That's fine. It's just all there. More soul sand, some blackstone. We can use that to craft some stuff for the conjuring mod pack, which I'll talk a little bit about here in just a few moments. We get some nether quartz, some string, ender pearl. I mean, there's some good stuff here. Gilded blackstone shards to be able to summon, apparently, like the biggest, baddest boss in all of the medieval Minecraft. We need 1 more of those, 4 in total, to be able to make some sort of a shrine to summon a blackstone golem thing that I guess is just a holy terror. Pretty buff, throws stuff at you, can hurt real bad, chase you down. The whole 9 yards, right? Actually going to take this leather back with us too. Oh, another crying obsidian. Just because we are going to probably need to make quite a few more bookshelves. So, anyways, the trading is working. You still have to kind of be here to have it work. It doesn't work when you're not here. So I'm not. Oh, and I'm out. I'm out. That was it. That's all we get. Which happens obviously. So we're gonna go back. I wanted to show that, hey, we got this set up. We got a guy isolated. That's great. It's going to help us get this crying obsidian that we need to be able to flush out a little bit more for this. No, definitely not going to be enough to get all the way around yet, but that's fine. This is definitely faster than trying to fly around and find ruined portals to maybe get 1 or 2 pieces of crying obsidian. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more pieces we need to get that first ring done. We're getting pretty close. So very cool. So all of this is great, but let's say this hawk brand was actually worth it. I don't honestly believe that it is, but let's jack up the sharpness. Let's add the fire aspect. Let's put some looting on it. Sweeping edge. Let's unbreaking the thing. Let's get that mending on there. Knowledge of the ancients. Scavenger. I don't think I actually want capturing or anima conduit, but let's put crit hit up. Let's guardian strike's probably not useful. Whoops. Poisoning though, for sure. Yeah. Let's get leeching. That seemed to make something exclusive, didn't it? Okay, so what did it get rid of with leeching? That's interesting. Oh, anima conduit. Anima conduit goes away with leeching. That's interesting. Okay, so leeching, we'll put that up. Prospector we don't need. Rampaging, I don't even know what rampaging does. Let's see here. I guess we could be looking these up. Rampaging, chance to gain, stacking haste. Oh yeah, that sounds cool. I like that. Prospector, why would that be useful on a sword? Prospector, chance to find an emerald upon killing. Oh, that's way too cool. Okay, yeah, I lied. We want that. We want that. And let's just see. Conduit. Anima. It was anima conduit, I think. Yeah, anima conduit. Each XP orb grants a small amount of health. Oh. I do kind of want that. That sounds pretty cool. But leeching. I see why that would be mutually exclusive. So leeching, heal relative to the max health of the target upon its death. Oh, so you get a percentage back of hit points based off of how big it was versus getting life per experience orb. Ooh, maybe I do like Anima Conduit better, because then that rewards and heals us for killing little stuff. Okay, yeah, we're gonna say that that's probably a little better. Anima Conduit, yeah, let's get that up. Let's go Guarding Strike. Oh, gee, if I can spell. Guarding Strike. There we go. Gain resistance status effects for killing. Oh, yeah, I like that. Okay, that's cool. So much great stuff. Refreshment. Sure, why not? I don't know what Rushdown is. Let's see. I guess let's be diligent. What's refreshment? Refreshment refills empty bottles as health potions. Oh, that's cool. So just mental note: keep some empty bottles in your inventory. All right. What is Rushdown? Rushdown, a chance to gain stacking speed on a kill. That sounds cool too. Let's do that. Stunning. That's pretty self-explanatory. Comb Cutter. What? The heck is it? Oh. Okay. It's like a super long enchantment. I can't even read it all. Double the output of Bee's Nest Beehive blocks. Include. That sounds pretty use case. And then Soulbound. Yeah, I could do a little Soul Bond. Keep your items upon the grave. Well, that doesn't really help us in a hardcore run. So, okay. So, by all rights, well, capture, I might as well put it on there. I'm going to guess that lets us get eggs. Let's look it up. Capturing 5. Yep, makes mobs have a chance to drop their spawn egg, which could be actually very cool for us. So, we'll see if that's worth anything, honestly. I don't want life mending because that takes away hit points to be able to heal stuff back up. Knockback is such a catch-22, but it does help with survivability, I find, in hardcore stuff. So, yeah, we'll put it on there. Okay, the grand total. grand total. 45,900 experience points. And we can cut that in half once we get this shrine all the way built up. So you immediately see the impact. And that's still going to take a lot of levels, right? Like we're level 38, that equates to 2,600. So I don't even know how many levels, call it 46,000 experience points is. It's probably a lot. It's probably in the 100, if not more. Wow. So that's a thing, right? That's a thing. We need experience. So, couple cool ways to be able to do that in this mod pack that I've researched so far. One is through a system called, what is it, Conjuring? Whoops, yeah, Conjuring. So Conjuring is basically, you make this device here called a Conjurer through making a Soul Forge, Soulfire Forge, right? There's a very complex system of being able to create these soul alloys in the forge and gems to reinforce things, and then you make these soul funnels, and you got to put them in a soul sand valley over in the nether, and then set up a shrine with these pedestals around, and the pedestals have to have items and things on them, and then you make these conjuring focuses to put on top of the funnel that you've created, and then you got to lure a mob that you want to basically suck into one of these conjurer things over there. So think Ghostbusters, right? Just kind of suck it up into the thing, and then boom, you've basically made yourself a spawner of whatever you manage to get over there. And it works with things that you can even build on top of it. So you could probably do it with a wither. You could definitely do it with iron golems, whatever, right? And then you get a spawner of that mob. That's pretty cool. I mean, don't get me wrong, super awesome. Massive time involvement. Massive. This is not anything I want to really necessarily get into, since I still consider us in the early game, right? Like we don't even have gear to get out there and survive and go tackle some of this stuff to where it makes sense to start investing in this system. So there's another system that we can do that uses just the regular spawners of the world. And if you take a peek at a regular spawner here, you see this information tab. And it says, hey, spawners can be collected with Silk Touch and may be modified with various items. Well, that's cool. What can they be modified with, I wonder? Well, if you hit U while hovering over spawner, you get these other tabs. Now you can use this neat little knife, which is for the bewitchment system. Again, another very kind of complex system that looks interesting. Absolutely want to explore it, just not right now. To be able to get some other items, other drops, basically these heads from these spawners. But here we see through the Apotheosis mod that exists in this mod pack, there's ways to influence and change what the spawner does. And there's some limits to some of these, right? So let's go to something that actually makes, some sense, right? So this one here, spawn range. If you highlight over it, it says, hey, if you use a blaze rod in your main hand, so put it in your main hand, and then right-click on the spawner, you're going to add +1 to the spawn range. And that says the radius in blocks that the mob can spawn from the thingy, from the spawner. Why we would want to increase the spawn range? I don't know. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. In fact, it would be more beneficial to decrease the spawn range so you can make a tighter, more compact sort of mob spawner, right? But to do that, I need a blaze rod in my main hand while holding a nether quartz in my off hand, and then right-click on it. And that'll decrease the spawn range all the way down to 1. So you can keep doing that so long as you have blaze rods and nether quartz to be able to bring that down. That's cool. Other things we can do. We can change the spawn count. The number of entities that get spawned at once. Well, more is better. We can raise this thing up to 16 mobs at once. That's awesome. That's super awesome. Not only that, we can make the mobs silent. Doesn't really influence me. Redstone controlled. I don't care about that. At least not right now. Activation range. Mildly interesting. Because it changes how far away a player can be before the spawner actually kicks in and starts doing stuff. So we can modify this so you've got to be like right there standing at your spot for it to kick in, instead of having to be like super far away or what have you. We can change this, right? So that's an influenceable thing. We can take off their AI, so the mobs literally just kind of stand there. Not, again, overtly helpful in like a kill chamber thingy EXP farm, right? But kind of neat, all the same. And then we can modify the high and low ends, the minimum spawn delay and the maximum spawn delay, which obviously we bring both of those as tight as possible, so it's spawning 16 mobs as fast as it possibly can spawn. And then we can increase the maximum number of entities that are allowed for it to continue, right? Because currently, I think that's kind of capped at like 16. So if we use enough of these gas tiers, we can increase the max entities so it can do 2 full spawn cycles. So we can have 32 mobs in the chunk at one time. And if we set this up right, so it's a kill chamber, they get swept away, they fall down, so they only need 1 hit, right? That's pretty cool. That, to my mind, makes this almost even better than your traditional classic Enderman farm, in that we don't even have to go to the end, which getting to the end in this game, that takes something. It's not as simple as going to an end portal, so as I have come to read and find out. So and then you can actually even set this up for automatics. If you're not even interested about the XP, you can have it ignore players, and you can set up basically some sort of a grinder so that the mobs die completely when they fall, and you've got hoppers and things down that are collecting all the loot, and it can go into automatic storage things, ignore light requirements, etc., and conditions for spawn, right? But that takes an actual dragon egg. So anywho, that takes us to our very next thing. Let's go see, and I'm pretty confident that this works because it says that it does, and the game wouldn't lie to me. You wouldn't do that to me, right? This isn't RL Craft, this isn't Shivaxi, this is Sharky. Sharky wouldn't lie to us, right? We have a zombie spawner over here that we had marked on our map from some exploration. And we're going to go see if it lets us pick it up. I've got this golden pickaxe, so it's not good for many. It's not going to last long. But it should allow us to be able to pick up this zombie spawner. Okay, let's hope we're not wasting it. Whoop. And we got it. It's a zombie spawner. Hold shift for stat. Now see, look at that. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me get a doink. There we go. Lit. How cool is this? I love this UI, this interface. Let's take a look. So, spawn delay, and I'm going to guess that this is in ticks, right? So we can bring the minimum spawn delay down, the maximum spawn delay down. We can increase the spawn count, increase max entities. Oh, so it's 6 entities before it stops spawning. And we can get that all the way up to 32. Nice. Activation range, spawn range, yeah, so cool. All right, that works exactly like how I was hoping it kind of did. Thank you guys for making that super easy and simple. So cool, we now have a zombie spawner that we can do something with. I love it. Let's top off, oh, or not? None of these source blocks? Oops. Come on, oh yeah, it's all just, you know what, I've got a thing that makes this a non-issue. Let's. Oh wow! It destroyed that pickaxe. I didn't even notice. It was a one-off. Okay, well we've got it. So is that making source blocks? I don't think that's actually making source blocks. I don't feel like it is. Well, it did. All right, cool. So. Alright, Silk Touch, super useful, but now we can specifically dedicate and make a Silk Touch pickaxe, preferably with a little mending on it. That'll be kind of nice. In fact, we can probably just, well, I don't know that I want to add it to this one. Ugh, because then I'm just going to be collecting stuff left and right. Oh, bats. Okay. I was like, what spawned? Run away. Where? Oh, down here. Cool. So let's head back to our base and see if we can't do something about setting something up for these spawners. Because I'd love to be able to get the experience points going. Ooh, I'd love to be able to actually get something like, I mean, zombies are great and all and everything, but I wonder if these corrupted dudes that are spawning in here, find one of those spawners, which I think is underground somewhere in here, because quite a lot of them will spawn. Like, let's just give it a sec, and you'll see dudes start spawning in here. Or at least they have. Yeah, see there, over there, or over there. The corrupted illagers or whatever they are start spawning in here. They seem to be worth pretty good experience. I don't know if all mobs are equal in terms of the experience that they provide. I mean, it used to be, I know, like, oh, yeah, there he is, corrupted villager. Now, they've got some health. They've got 48 health, which is interesting. I don't know if experience is relative to health or not, but I know the old adage was things like blazes were worth like twice as much experience points as other things. But a blaze farm, a little more difficult to set up since, you know, they float. Okay, so what do we want to do with a zombie? If I don't even know how many hit points a regular zombie has. Let's go see if we can find one roaming around outside of town here. I don't want to. I don't know why I'm nervous about holding onto it. It's like if I die, this is over. So I guess I shouldn't be super concerned about that. But let's see. We've got. Where's my? There it is. Okay. Let's get out here into the unknown, into the dark. See if we find a regular zombie. I just want to check to see what their health is, because if I remember correctly, and it's been a while. Oh, what is that? Something. Oh, skeletons. Oh, I don't want skeletons. I want zombies. Maybe down here. If I remember correctly, it took 23 block fall, a 23 block fall, to be able to leave a zombie with just enough hit points to be able to one-shot him if you were barehanded. Not so much of an issue because we can get weapons, we can put mending on a weapon, so it'll kind of self-heal and everything, but boy, just I figured there'd be one on the edge somewhere around here. It's cold. They might be husks. All this ice. Come on. Pocket of something over here, I see. But those are... Oh, whoa, shoot. Oh my gosh. Did you see that? We almost died. Okay. Because I don't have it memorized. I should. Dream warp, right, left, right. There we go. We're back home. See how handy that is, and we're getting close. Another 200 experience points, and then we lose that that mana penalty, which would be so nice because then we can kind of cast this stuff a little more willy-nilly. Really, just no zombies. Guess we can go back out this way. Look like stuff despawned. But as I was saying, getting so sidetracked today, the 23 blocks, I mean, that's a long ways. Ooh, what is this? It's like a little thing. Alright. Well, I'll have to remember that's here. Giant parrot. That's cool. Mega parrot. I should come out and rename you Mega Pint in honor of Johnny Depp. Oh, what's this? That's cool. There's a lot of that. You guys notice that? Like a lot of, what's this? What's this? What's this? That looks like a cool little dungeon. I'm going to come back and do something with that. I just got to remember it's down here to the southwest of our little base. There's that skeleton. Again, no zombies, guys? Really? What are we doing? Anything? I see more skeletons. Don't see any zombie action. That's depressing. Well, we'll learn soon enough as we... Oh, I thought I was like shulkers. Whoa, what? Oh, you guys, I haven't slept? What? Really? Really? See, you get underground, you get in the nether, and you don't realize how much time is flying. I dislike phantoms. Not that we're really in any danger from them, I don't think, but... Alright. Yep. Let's see if we can still make it. Oh, I did not mean to hit you. I'm sorry. You're probably super mad. Let's just sleep it off. Let's just sleep it off. Okay, where's our water? Is he still super mad? Oh, it's water. I'm like, wait. He couldn't have hit me from here. Let's top this off, and then... I don't know how he keeps getting stuck over here. Alright, his name's Viper. Oh, that's fire. Hi. We cool? We cool, bro? Okay, we're cool. Alright. He didn't take a swipe at me. He doesn't want a piece of this. That's refreshing. Okay, let's see. We've got some blocks. We're gonna build a little thing. Let's take a peek. Do we want to do that right now? You know what? There's no rush. There's no rush on this because I wanna do the math. I wanna do the for science. We're going to put this up here for right now. Actually, yeah, this is kind of the random tool shed, I guess. Let's put this stuff up here. We're going to plan that out a little bit more. I need to go get the gold so I can get the trades going so we can get this, because we are going to need some enchantments and some things specifically. And having at least a baseline 20% reduction is going to help immense with that to be able to afford the lifestyle that we're going to become accustomed to. So I think that'll be priority number one. Go do that, get some zombie piglin slaying goodness going on. So we'll come back, we'll do a video with that. And then from there, hopefully we'll have things kind of staked out for a more permanent XP farm so that we can spend, but we're going to need that crying obsidian first. I think that just makes sense to do the grind now, get everything that we need for that, and then we're basically done with the Piglin Trader. So it's only a short-term thing that we need. So let's get into gold farming mode. We can do that next time. I'm kind of digging the smaller video formats, just to do these little bursts of goodness. But would definitely like to do some longer streams for sure in the near future. Looking forward to hanging out with you guys even more. Hope you guys are finding this all entertaining. I know I am. Like I said, this stuff is exciting. It's pretty cool. There's just so much going on with this mod pack, and I feel like I learned something new easily every day, if not every hour, with this stuff. So this is OldBeardedGaming saying thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you guys again next time. Cheers!